Oh my goodness, we're live.
Hey,
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, panel. How are you today?
What is going
morning,
on?
Hive. Morning, Rich.
Good morning.
So everybody out in the chat, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Brick World. Yes, it is another Sunday. We have come to another Sunday, another Good Morning Brick World, and we have new co-hosts. As you guys probably can see, but I did post about it as well. And some people, I've seen people out there speculating anyways. Man, I tell you, with some of the stuff that goes around, you would never know who's going to be on this panel, huh?
You can tell when you become somebody.
So listen, yes, Bearded Brix, Brick Babe. I of course I've already told you guys this, but yes, welcome to being on the show. I want everybody to please, everybody in the chat, give them, a warm welcome, make them feel welcome. Because it's a scary thing, you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, because I would probably be nervous just because you're on a new show, or not a new show, but you're new on the show, and just it's a big thing, But
so just out of curiosity, how many times has Brick Babe been on Good Morning Brick World before now?
Oh goodness,
I've been on quite a bit.
Yeah, I've lost count. I mean, she's been on. Well, I mean, she's been on as a guest plenty of times, but she's also been on as a guest co-host. So yeah, it's. I mean, so I'll tell the chat real quick, and then we'll start getting into the show. But I mean, I have a list of people that I would love for them to be on the panel. Some it's impossible and they're not even on my list, even though they could be like one of my best friends, but it's just because of time frames and stuff like that. But yeah, the people on the list, it's more of a, there's multiple reasons why you would be on the list. You know what I mean? It's not just having a good personality. Maybe, Brick Babe, she's, really in with the community, on all kinds of different levels, and she's just got a great positive personality, and she's also a great builder. Rich Bearded Brix is an extremely good mocker, and it seems like every time he does something, it gets to be on a bigger or more intricate kind of scale. But I've known both of them for years, literally, at least a few years now. And I've been interacting with them on different levels of the community, whether I've been in the chat, been a guest on one of their streams, or they've been on this stream or a Hive stream, or whatever the case may be. So it's just, there's a lot of different reasons. And in case anybody's wondering, Hive, why do you have a list of people that you just have ready to like put on the list or the panel? Look, it's not like I'm just wanting anybody to leave, of course. Even like Amberline and Jay, if they wanted to stay longer, I would have had them on longer. And they both know, just like Doc, if they ever wanted to come back, there's always a seat welcome for them. But I am prepared that if things happen, life happens, and you might not be able to stay on the show. These two might not be able to stay on the show for long time. Something literally happened next month, and one of them could be like, look, I have family stuff or whatever, new job, I can't be on, and that's how it is. So for that reason, I've said before, the only thing that's permanently tethered to the show is me. So I just have preparedness, you know what I mean, to so anyways, all right, I don't want to ramble on. Let's get on with the show. So as always, we start with the good mornings. Bearded Brix, I see you in the chat there. Good morning. Also, I don't know why StreamYard has comments. Like if as soon as I put the stream up, like if you comment on it, like as soon as, like, I don't know, on Wednesday or Thursday, I'll see it for a while, but then after a while it disappears. But I remember Sidious had made a comment about the subject at hand. I just can't remember exactly what it was. But for those that you maybe not seen, the topic is going to be YouTube versus Twitch. Not in a bad way. I mean, I guess we can get saucy with it, but it's mainly just the differences between the two. There have been a lot of people going to Twitch lately. And, we talk about that, the appeal to it, and, just what it might do for a lot of the dynamic of the scenery of live streaming, you know what I mean? If it does anything at all. So, it'd be a good topic to talk about. So yes, let's see here. Brick Adjuster, Nick, good morning. From the Dominican Republic. Wow. Well, I hope you're having a good time down there. Yeah. Blaine Carvin, good morning to you. Brickman USA, good morning, good morning. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing well. How about you two?
I'm doing perfect.
Oh, great. That's good. Let's see here. Brix, what's happening? Good morning. King Oldendorf, good morning. Rula, what's happening? Good morning.
By the way, I love your pause right there so you could just try to get that gulp of coffee down.
Yeah. I'm trying to look, man. I think subconsciously after streaming for years now, man, like I'm trying to figure out how to do like multitasking type things. No more Bricks, what's happening? Harold, hope you're doing well. Big Nate, what's going on? I saw your comment. I just haven't had a chance to reply yet about you had to check out early or something like that from when I did the Hive stream. Dude, it's all good, man. I did a Hive stream starting at midnight. I mean, that's like Christine Harper, good morning to you. Scott Davis, good morning. Ron, Lego Granddad. I want to say I have not seen you yet in the chat, but if I have and I forgot, please excuse my ignorance or old age. But it's good to see you, Ron.
Morning.
Here. Morning. Mayo, it's your boy JP. What's happening, man? How you doing? I can't remember or not, man, because I was really tired. Hope you finished your architecture set that you hated. Toys on the side. Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning.
I like your little icons there, and man, oh, it's a snowman. Okay. I was trying to figure out what that one was. YouTube is better than Twitch all day. Oh boy. All right. Well, listen, man, we haven't even gotten into the topic. But I do want to say, I shouldn't have to say this, but be respectful in the comments, or I or administrator will take you out, or an admin, I'm sorry. If you want to like make saucy comments and stuff like that, man, you can go to a Hive stream. Let's see here. Camel City Brick House, good morning to you. Brick Stage Fast. What's up, Craigster? Good morning.
Good morning.
Click and Cliff. Yo.
Morning. Congrats. Good morning.
Yes, she's saying congrats, but you'll see why later in the celebrations.
Sorry.
Let's see here. No, you're good. It's all good. King Oldendorf says, way to kill the Rancor. It's impossible. Not if it's from the Book of Boba Fett. Those are the weaker Rancors, but we won't get into that. B-Boy Stop Motion Studio. Good morning, everyone. I'm not late. You're not. You're here exactly when you're supposed to be. Just like all of the 49 of you in the chat right now, or in the say chat, but that's not right. Just 49 of you watching. Sorry. Mama Lego. Good morning. How are you?
Morning.
Fooling with Bricks. Watcha. What's going on? Let's see. I don't want to lose track here. Macro. What's going on, Macro? Good night, Brick World. I mean, I don't know how late you were up to either, because I didn't make it to the very end of the stream. I was all over the place. I passed out and woke back up.
I left Macro stream at like 11:30, and he was still going strong. And I was like,
yeah, I don't remember, man. I was like in and out of sleep because I was trying to do stuff last night. I fell asleep in here twice on this chair, man. If I lean it back far enough, I just pass out. Let's see here. One Brick Stud, what's going on? Good morning. Hello, Lego family.
Welcome. Good morning.
Aussie Adam Bricks, good day. How are you? Whiskey 488, what's going on, Wayne? Good morning to you.
Hey, Wayne.
Look at that. Bricks says, welcome to Brick Babe and Bearded Brix. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you.
Believe me, we've had our first meeting the other day, and on top of like just discussions all over the place, trying to just get things ready, which, by the way, everybody, give us time on stuff. Just like with everything, it's evolving. We're figuring stuff out, plus they want to do things right. So I don't know what right would be necessarily, but like they really want to do things good and right and entertain you guys and do the show good. You know what I mean? So, I've been proud of them so far. They've been doing awesome. Let's see here. Cheap Ass Bricks, good morning to you.
Chief, what's up?
Macro says, I guess it's morning. Oh, well, yeah, technically. I mean, it depends on where you live at, man. We're a worldwide community, so it might not be morning where you are.
Very true.
Rula says Amberly and Doc on vacation. No, Rula, Amberly and Doc both aren't on the show anymore for different reasons. Doc actually hasn't been on the show for, it's got to be pushing 2 months now, something like that. But yeah, they're no longer on the show. I'm sorry, Rula. We do miss them though, but they're not like gone forever or anything. I mean, I'm sure you'll see Amberly in the chat or on her streams or stuff or something like that. So let's see here. Fall Equinox, good morning. How are you doing? Cliff says you made the list. Oh my gosh, the chat's getting away from me. Let's see here. Shadow War. I always want to say Shadow World, but I want to say Shadow War. Shadow, what's up? What's going on? Good morning, Brick World from Goblin 0 or 0. Oh, okay. Two Humble Bricks in the house. What's going on? Good morning. Rula says Yeti waxing made it now. Oh, good morning, Brick. Right? Okay. My Bricks and me. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Jesse's Brick Galaxy. Good morning.
What's up?
Jesse?
Let's
Good
go. Yeah, I moved you again in the intro, Jesse. You're now in the dungeon in that Lion Knight's castle, hanging out with that wizard. That I guess is supposed to be Merlin, maybe. I don't know, or just some random generic wizard.
They ruined that wizard, but we'll talk about that later.
We'll get into that later. I would love to know I would love to hear what that is all about, though. Minifig Who, good afternoon. Good morning, Brick World. Cabbage Face, what's going on, my lord? My lord, Cabbage Face, what's going on? Brightest Witch Bricks, what's going on, Lauren? How you doing? Lurking. I appreciate you. I appreciate the lurk. Macro says if I didn't have coffee, the world would be a dark place. It would, man. For me too. And I guess for everybody else as well. Lucky Jester.
That's my boy Michael.
Hey, what's going on? Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Life Bricks in the house. What's going on, Tyler? How you doing? What's up? Good morning. AFL After Dark. Oh my goodness, man. I'm honored that AFL After Dark is here because they some late night partiers, man. That was another thing I was watching in and out, man. Like I was in and out of all kinds of different streams last night, just while I was doing stuff, building. I couldn't stop building this castle when I should have been working on other things. But yeah, AFL After Dark, man, you guys, good content, man. You guys crack me up. Greg, London Bridge Bricks in the house, another great streamer with a great show, London Bridge Bricks, with the London Calling on Friday. It's just a staple show, man. You guys definitely should be checking it out. He was a pretty big one last time. He had one of the big YouTubers on there. Was his Half Asleep Chris or something like that? I'm like, what's that name? I gotta eventually check that dude out. Like, what's that name all about, man? Like, wake up. Why you half asleep?
Because he doesn't drink coffee.
Right. But really, seems like a very good dude. I have watched a couple of his videos. I mean, because he does like some Lego stuff here and there. King Oldendorf, hi, great. Oh, great talking with Greg. Anna Nicole, good morning to you. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Man, look, man, I appreciate all this love out here, man. All these people in the chat hanging out with us.
I was gonna say we were all chatting with these people less than like 8 hours ago.
I know a lot of them. I was like, "Hey, good morning. I just saw you like a few hours ago." Let's see here. Cheap Ass says, "Take me out. I'm a cheap date." Me too, man. Me too. It don't take much from me. Life Bricks with the donation. Threads with YouTube and Twitch. Yeah, the Threads thing. We'll probably bring that up eventually, or at least have a topic about it because it's a very interesting thing.
It's weird.
I don't think I'm going to be using it honestly as much as maybe a lot of people will because I don't really use Twitter that much.
You didn't install it, did you?
Yeah.
You installed the app, right?
I did.
You know you can't delete the app unless you delete Instagram now.
Oh, that's all right, man. I'll just keep it quiet. You know, I'll keep the I'll keep the threads on the DL. Let's see here. Life Bricks, though, man. I really appreciate that. Let's see here. You're a Star Wars guy, man. I don't want to do the same old Star Wars one, but I don't know. All right, we'll do this. We'll do this one. Here we go. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Did I get everybody? I'm not quite at the bottom of the chat. Bricklock, what's going on? Good morning. How are you doing, my friend? There's Amberly. What's going on, Amberly? Good morning to you. I saw Amberly shared something about you, Brick Babe.
She did.
She did.
She gave me a pep talk and everything. So
oh my goodness. See, look,
she's still here.
It's gonna be fine. Look, I gotta tell you, like, you guys,
Thank you, Amber.
it's so like, again, I picked you guys for a reason. Again, there's other people on the list, but like, it's the dynamic of the personalities and the perspective of things. Like right now, I could tell, even if he is nervous, you know, Bearded Brix, he seems cool as a cucumber. And look, Brick Babe, you're doing fine, but I know she's got the jitters, you know what I mean? So it's just great. It's great. Rusty, what's going on? How you doing?
Rusty?
Good.
Rusty's
morning.
another one that comes with Lucky Jester.
Oh, right on, right on. Well, hey, we're more than happy to have you here. Appreciate it very much. Because, you know, we do check out the chat and the comments in the chat. You know, a lot of it, the big thing is the interaction. We always want to know what you guys are thinking. We're always kind of big on analytical data, and that means as a group, you know, what you guys think about. Brick Sergeant, good morning to you, sir. How you doing today? Thank you for being here. Blacksmith Forge. Man, where you been? Or have you already been here and I'm just dumb and I haven't seen it, man? I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, man. Goodness gracious. But it's good to see you. Brett Lee, good morning to you. Wants to know what Tyler thinks of the ghost. Yeah, we got some opinions on the ghost as well. Let me tell you. Mainly good. But I do have you know, a slightly negative approach to it. Let me see. I'm almost to the bottom of the chat. Almost to the bottom. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody.
Good morning, Pink Wheels.
Pink Wheels. Good morning. Another fantastic builder. We're gonna have we'll probably have multiple ones throughout the year now that I think about it, because I want to do a lot more, especially because Bearded Brix is on the panel now. We're gonna do a lot more probably mock topics, or at least mock, like a mock section per se, that we can do every once in a while. Maybe like a tips thing. I know there's all kinds of things that maybe Rich wants to do, and I keep throwing like the mock stuff at him, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be obviously just Rich, because, you know, Lene has made mocks. I've begun the mock path, I will be doing them as well.
You'll never go back now.
But the reason I bring that up is because when we do, whether it's a topic or a segment type thing, I definitely will want to reach out to Pink Wheels. There's a handful of people just right off the top of my head I would like to reach out to that are, you know, mock builders.
Lucky Jester's pretty crazy too. Right now, he just set up a space museum inside of a library down in Augusta, Georgia.
Wow.
Or
that sounds like it's a not a small scale kind of thing, you know? So let's see here. Who else we got? Everyday Adventures. What's going on? Good morning to you. Trevor's Video. What's going on, Trevor? How you doing? Good morning. Trevor. The Mod Mom. Didn't I just follow you on Instagram? I feel like I just started following you on Instagram.
Hey,
but good morning. Thank you for being here. Han Scotty, what's going on? Han Scotty, I apologize. I have not sent out your package yet. It will probably go out tonight, but like I said, I'll drop a message to you just so you know when it's coming. Amongst other people, I know there's a few other people that have to send out stuff as well. Did I get everybody? I think I got everybody. All right, I got everybody. Man, it feels like my voice is going a little bit, man. All right, so like I said, our topic today is going to be YouTube versus Twitch. I keep, every time I say it, I know it sounds like I'm getting ready to be like ring a bell, like ding, ding, ding. You know, we're gonna have like two people like dressed up on each one, man, just going at it. And I know there's been a lot of talk, whether good or saucy, with the talk around Twitch and all that. So first of all, before we talk about it in the second hour, I do want to, you know, just make sure everybody knows that this is not a dump fest. There may be complaints or opinions, but you know, YouTube's not perfect. So it's like, I just want everybody to know it's not like we're gonna be like, just because we're on YouTube, we're just gonna be like crapping all over Twitch. You know what I mean? Because there are people that like it a lot, and I respect that. And I don't think it's the most horrible thing in the world at all. But again, we'll get into more of the elaborate conversation I'm sure we'll have about it in the second hour. Yeah. So again, I'm excited. I'm really happy that you two are here. I just keep looking at the screen and I'm like, look at you two, man. So I'm just, I don't know. And there are a couple other people that I did talk to as well. Because I reached out to a small handful of people first because I didn't want it to be too big and everybody be like, yeah. And then I have to just really start trying to choose in between people I've already chosen. So there was a couple other people I reached out to, but the timeframes aren't good for them. And there are people that their timeframes might be good, and I still might reach out to them because I kind of do want to fill up one more seat. And at least have 4 of us for now, and then maybe again in the future we'll add a 5th person, but that's pushing it. But anyways, I just like to be kind of open with everybody out there, just so you guys know what's going on and what we're doing. Dude Jude, good morning to you. B-Boy says the ultimate battle. Oh my goodness, you guys are funny. Pigwell says once you start down the dark mock path forever will it dominate your destiny. Yeah. I could see that. And the big mistake I made about mocks was I didn't think it'd be cheap, but for some reason in my head, I thought it'd be cheaper than sets. And I guess depending on your time frame so yeah, if I said is building one mock cheaper than buying sets in a year's time, yeah, that's different. But man, just like building, like it's, I don't know, it's a lot and it's expensive. It's way more expensive than just buying like one set, unless you're building like a UCS or buying a UCS set or something like that. And even then it can vary depending on the size and scale of your mock. But all right, well, before we get too much into any other conversations, we will go ahead. I never timed that right. I feel like I cut myself off talking when I do that. All right, so let's bring this thing up here that Rich made for us. I love the format you did for this. How it looks like a newspaper and stuff. But you know what? I did notice on the news it says new.
Yeah, I seen that because
I just noticed. I was like, but I mean, look, I guess that's what the news really is, right? New. I don't know. Actually, I heard that it meant northeast, southwest, or northeast, west, south. That's where the news word came from, because
makes
supposed
sense.
to take care of, like,
I never thought about that.
Yeah. Now, whether or not it's completely true, I don't know. I mean, somebody might have just pulled that out of their butt and told me about it, and then I'm spreading false information. My bad, everybody. My bad. All right. So, what you got control of this, don't you, Rich?
Yeah.
All right.
We got a bunch of leaks this week or last. Mm-hmm. I guess it's all been since Sunday, hasn't it?
Yeah, and as you can see on the headline, we got the first, 2 big things there, and that's the claw. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of mixed views.
I don't like it.
I don't either. It's a miss.
I don't either.
I like
Wolverine's my favorite.
Like Wolverine is one of my favorite characters, but I just don't like it. It has no character to it. Like the gauntlet looks cool. That does not.
I will tell you this, and this is going to sound probably really stupid to everybody, but if that was in Wolverine's brown costume, I'd probably get it. But I don't like the yellow costume, man. I never have. I never have. The only 2 costumes I've liked that Wolverine's got, and I mean, I get the coolness of it anyways, but like the only ones I've ever liked is his brown costume and his Uncanny X-Force outfit, because it's like black and gray. Also, Deadpool's Uncanny X-Force outfit is amazing too. But
the only good thing that this, I believe, takes me to is the fact that if they're doing this, I wonder if we're about to get, because there's been talk forever about a new X-Men launch, and Wolverine supposedly is going to be in Deadpool 3. Mm-hmm. So maybe this releases some type of Wolverine.
I do believe. Actually, I'm not sure what costume, because he's going to wear the Wolverine costume in this one. And yeah, from all the plot leaks and stuff that I've and we won't get into that because I don't want to spoil anything, but it looks like it's going to be awesome. Yeah. But yeah, that's the big thing for me. But look, I've got the gauntlet. I would have liked gotten the nano gauntlet, but you start getting into that completionist mode. because now you've got the shield.
I don't like
Thor's
the
hammer,
shield.
but like if you get in the completionist mode, you're going to start getting you want them all, man. So I could imagine a lot of people would want this just for that, even if they don't really like it. Just
if I find it on sale somewhere, I'm definitely going to buy it. But it's one of those things that it just looks too bland. Like it's all blue. It's all
how much was it again? It was like 70, 80? Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. What's everybody else talking about? Someone said something about this should have been the bust. This would have actually. I don't know. I don't want to say it would have been better because Black Panther does do that, but Wolverine's been doing that also for years. Where he crosses his arms and his claws are out.
Yeah.
So that would have been a very good bust. I agree.
Now that might be a good idea to buy 2 of these to do that. But the problem,
you could definitely mock something up. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is it just still like I believe it's missing something. Like it just looks too bland. It's all the same color.
Rula says OG cartoon Wolverine is blue and yellow. How I remember as a kid. Yes, I agree. That was that's the all X-Men everybody knows. But before that, in the late 80s, I want to say it was 87, 88, 89, somewhere right in there.
It was before that. He was brown and yellow.
Well, no, not in the comics he was, but I'm saying there was a cartoon.
Oh.
And it was called Pride of the X-Men. And it was a one shot, but it was like awesome, man. It was awesome. But in that one, Wolverine had the brown costume as well. The claw should retract. Ooh,
that would be
that's
hard.
A good one, Jesse. That would have been at least because I'm not really for the play features for the more adult theme type stuff, but like that would be cool. And this is easily something a kid would want to.
The way that it looks like they connect to is not like you could just pop the claws off. It looks like you would have to take the silver part up top off of it and then remove the claws and put them back.
They're like Technic. Those claws ain't going nowhere, baby.
Nah.
Jumper Plate says any X-Men we would see were probably X-Men 93, the new animated series picking up from the old Fox show. Yeah. I know a lot of people are excited about that. I'm still not holding my breath yet because I don't know what the hell's going on with Disney Plus right now, but whatevs. There's a Lego Wolverine walking around without his hand. Yeah. So, anyways, look at Jesse Snick. It's funny, man. I used to, I remember me and my buddy when I was a teenager. I used to argue because I used to say I used to think it said sninked, and he said no, it says snicked. We used to argue all the time about what it actually sounded like because it's a comic book, so you don't know. You know what I mean? You just read it. Anyways, my cats would you claw those claws to scratch their face. Oh, all right. Well, what was I guess moving on to the next thing. I don't know.
Next we have rumors of the Piranha Plant.
I think I'm gonna buy this.
I will. Man, God, the Mario
really
got me. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it depends on what it looks like. Because look, I really wanted that cube too.
Cube was
cool.
I
didn't care about it opening up and whatever else inside. I just wanted the cube, but I've already got too much money invested in everything else. Probably to be the same thing with the pro. I hope it doesn't look like that.
I don't know how it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be more like this, but at the same time, like his stem, I think would have to be somehow like Technic built to hold the weight of the mouth up.
I would love to see them though get the curvature as close as possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm saying. Depending on what it looks like, because I've always loved the plant, man.
It's gonna be hard.
I think with this set, we're gonna get new parts. I think you just have to give us new parts.
It's a very good possibility. And
I think you have to.
They're
I don't know. They could if they did the printed like flower leaf petals, they could do that, but you would have to replace a bunch of them. And if you were to do that, it would just be like a Technic set because thered be no way whatsoever to build a Lego frame out of that.
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it. And I mean, I say I want to get it, but obviously it depends on what it looks like.
As long as it doesn't look like that.
No offense to who built that. I just can't pay the price that they're asking for that. Yeah, I'm excited though. I keep talking about like, I can't believe Mario is still going as strong as it is with Lego. I mean, are people? Unless it's the kids, I feel like us adults aren't really buying.
I am.
Are you really?
Yeah, I've got a whole entire I've got the whole first and second run.
Oh, yeah, you do. Well, slap my ass and call me Charlie. Yeah. I mean, I want this, but we'll see if I can get it or not.
The only thing is my guess is they're going to release this to see how it does. And if it does well, they have the potential to also make in like a Goomba and a big turtle shell. I mean, they have a lot of ability there to do that. And I think this is going to be that first release to be like, let's see how this goes. Because the Star Wars helmets were the same thing. They came out and I thought they were doing good, but they canceled those.
Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. I love Lauren's comment about how I hope they release it under the botanical collection. That would be awesome. And no, look, yes, Mario is awesome. Mario is awesome. Don't get me wrong. I didn't think the Mario stuff was really selling that well. You know what I mean?
I don't think it is.
But dude, how long has it been now, man? They've been doing it for
3 years.
Yeah, I mean, pretty solid 3 years too. And then not just the sets, but then the minifig packs. Well, I don't want to call them minifig packs, but you know what I mean. And then this type of stuff, the Bowser and all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Everybody wants them to go to like minifig size. The only problem with that, which I agree 100%, I would love a Mario and Luigi minifig. But if they were to do that, they have to reconstruct the whole Mario because none of the characters would be the same size as the minifigs.
Yeah, you would have to like make Bowser a big fig, and it'd be interesting to see how they would do it all. But
I'm down for it. I would buy it.
The proportions for some of the stuff is really difficult, and it's amazing Lego even tries because I'm like,
but guys, after the movie, there should have been like this new surge, and we got is Donkey Kong still coming out? Like
I hope so.
Like waiting on Donkey Kong.
I don't know.
I mean, what was crazy though is that was almost like the Indiana Jones things. We got pictures of all the sets and the boxes and everything, and we just never heard anything else.
Well, just about that one, right?
No, they released the pictures of the whole line of Donkey Kong.
Oh no, we're talking about Donkey Kong. I'm sorry, I was thinking Indiana Jones. My bad.
Oh.
The helmets were canceled. Time to swoop up a few, I guess. Dude, if you've got
that TIE Fighter pilot,
that TIE Fighter one right there. I might actually sell that one eventually. And you know what's crazy is when those came out, I can't remember everybody else. I can't remember which one they liked the best, but I liked the TIE Fighter one the best. That was my favorite. I think Boba Fett was everybody's favorite.
That thing's like $300 now on Bricklink.
But that's sealed, right? I mean, mine's obviously built. But man, I'm going to dust that off, take it to Brick World next year, man. You sell it at the garage sale.
The used radar dishes up top that are printed with the Imperial logo, those themselves are like $40 used.
Wow. The only helmet I won't sell is my Target Darth Vader exclusive one because that was a gift from Ninja and Mrs. Neverland. So that's close to my heart. What else are everybody talking about? Yes, please, Donkey Kong. I would think they would have already done some Donkey Kong though, man.
But it's supposed to be coming out.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe I'm biting the. Wait, how's that saying go? Chewing the. I don't know. Never mind.
It was supposed to come out in August, right?
I don't know.
I think so. Probably. Delicious Foods. Good morning.
Good morning.
Delicious Foods comes in the chat, man. I get hungry. All right. So what we got next? What we got next?
Next is the set that my wife is about to spend $100 on for 2 minifigs, and that is the Disney the Walt Disney camera.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
look.
Wants
that Dumbo and Bambi bad.
I love that.
All right, I'm not gonna buy this or anything, but I will tell you this: this is probably one of the best sets of the year.
Yes,
dude, this is an amazing looking set, man,
and it's actually priced really reasonable. I mean, it's only $100.
I might get it, dude. I might get it for Mrs. Hive. Maybe that could be her.
The cool thing is I couldn't find like a good resolution picture of it, and I couldn't find anything that was really worth showing. But the whole fabric, or I guess it's not even fabric, but like the plastic film part, every picture in it is a classic Disney movie that has been redone to Lego. It has Encanto, Beauty and the Beast, Jungle Book, Sword in the Stone, Sleeping Beauty. I mean, it has literally every one of them. And actually, I think the one down at the bottom, the very last one, is the Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get it, dude.
I mean, it's
and I'm either gonna see if Mrs. Hive doesn't want it, which is possible because she's weird like that. Even though she she collects Wonder Woman pops, but she doesn't want all the Wonder Woman pops. She only wants the ones that she wants. So look, if she doesn't though, I might keep it sealed or just build it and display it because it's an amazing set, dude.
It's gonna have an amazing
set. I mean, first of all, we will get to the figures in just a second, but like. The camera itself is an amazing build. And not only is the camera an amazing build, but then, like you said, you got the ribbon, of the pictures. which is really awesome. But then the way they did the 100 with the film reels, dude, that's so clever and amazing. So that whole thing right there in itself is amazing. And look, I will be the first one to complain and rant about prices of Lego, but that build itself, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's huge, but it seems like it's big enough and intricate enough and cool enough that it's well worth $100. Then you get into the figs.
It's 811 pieces, so I'm assuming it's going to be near the size of the guitar.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's fine because it's such an amazing looking build, anyways. You know what I mean? And not just because of scale, but because of what it is. But the figs themselves, all right, whatever about Mickey and Minnie. Okay, whatever. But then you got this Walt Disney, and then you got Dumbo and freaking Bambi, dude.
Yes, I will tell you right now. I will put money on it that the Bambi and Dumbo are going to be the next GOAT.
It's a good possibility, dude.
Oh,
it's a very good possibility.
So
I thought the Winnie the Pooh figs would definitely have skyrocketed more, but they didn't.
Well, that set's still out though. They haven't.
Is it?
Or did they? No. It retired.
Maybe it did retire, but it just retired probably. But yeah. But look, that's still not Bambi and Winnie and Dumbo though. You know what I mean? And then that's the first Walt, as far as I know. There's never been a Walt Disney. So yeah, this might be like you got 3 very exclusive minifigs.
The only thing I will say though is Lego is giving us a Walt Disney, so Lego needs to give us a Stan Lee.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised they haven't, to be honest.
I agree. But so I have a
Danny Phantoms, good morning. What's up?
Danny. So I have a question. So do you think with that ribbon with the reel, do you think those are stickers or are they giving us
it's
part?
It's a printed roll.
Okay.
Like when it in the box, it'll be rolled up, and you have to it has a little piece of tape on it. I seen somebody like unboxing one or whatever, and it's got like this little tape that doesn't leave residue or whatever, and you just tear it off. And the way that it's rolled is supposed to allow it to attach and roll down like that.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. A lot of the comments, it looks like everybody's pretty much in agreement, even if they're not going to buy it or it's not for them. They highly still respect the build.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's an amazing build.
It really is.
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I might have to wait a little bit because I don't know exactly. I can't remember when it's coming out, but like
it's coming out September 1st. So you got a little while.
Well, I know, but around that same time, we've got the Ghost, the Gunship, Venator, the Avengers Tower, and other things I can't think of right now. But yeah, amazing stuff, man. Amazing stuff.
So we don't know all the minifigs that are coming with the Avengers Tower. They better put a Stan Lee with the Avengers Tower.
That would be the perfect time to do it. Now that you mention it, Dean Smith. Good morning.
It's the big
the Donkey Kong sets are coming out August 1st. I saw it.
There we go.
So we do get them.
So I'm gonna be at
everybody says you can pre-order this.
That means I'm gonna be down there at Brick Fair because you remember what happened with the gunship.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I definitely remember. Let's see here. Kraus Travels. Good morning. No, you're not late. You're here exactly when you're supposed to be. Lucky Jester says the villain set that has the film roll for the Little Mermaid 2, right? Yeah, that's another one, man. I just can't get everything, man. But that's another Disney one I would love to have, not just for the minifigs, but this set. Huh?
If it's Disney, my wife buys it, and I get to build it, and then she just does something with it. She builds stuff every once in a while.
Teamwork. Good teamwork.
Yeah. I agree, Pink Wheels too. I'm not a Disney head per se, like a lot of people are.
I am.
But there are definitely some of these stuff I would like to have, but I'm glad that I'm like I can't chase everything, man.
You can, but you just don't need. You won't be able to have a house or a car.
Yeah, but eventually, I've been talking about space lately, and that's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Me talking about space. I'm in the 1%, man, of people that have like an entirely basement like for a Lego room. It's crazy.
But at least with space in this set, it goes up and not out.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
And then next we have the big talk of the town.
Oh yeah,
the ghost.
I'm out of this one, guys.
Why is it so small though?
All right, so yeah, real quick. Good morning, Thriller Brix.
Hi, Philly. Good morning.
I'm a fan.
Good morning.
So look, yeah, that's the one main complaint I do have about this is the size. Now, I see Lego makes it complicated sometimes to rant about certain things because, you know, I used to complain about like, man, why can't they make these sets more affordable? So what they do? They're like, okay, we'll make them for instead of lowering the price, they just dumb down the ships. You know what I mean?
Somebody at Lego right now is like, we keep trying to make Hive happy, but we can't do it.
Everything we do, he just keeps complaining.
Richard just can't make the dude happy.
I know. I'm just down here like Lego. No, look. This is probably. I say probably because I don't know what's going on with money and what's coming out and blah blah blah. But look, this is pretty much a day one purchase for me.
Yeah.
I missed out on the last Ghost. I even had a chance to buy. I'll tell you guys a very quick, 20-second story. I had a chance to buy from somebody the last Ghost. It was used, but everything was there. It was perfectly fine. But it also had the Kanan with the black hair, the one that's worth a lot of money. Yeah. And I was like, nah, I'll be fine. And it was even for a good price. Nah, I'm all right, man. Yeah. Bearded Brix, Greg bought it. I was like, now I'm sitting here like, don't.
How
I
are you
want it so bad, dude. I want it so bad, man. So I'm definitely gonna buy this. The minifigs, I think, are perfectly fine. I know maybe some people might have been like, well, Rebels, but it's for the show. So clearly we're gonna get the figures that are. I'm assuming that's her crew now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, on the show, which is great. It's fine. I am also very impressed, even though again they downsized it, but very impressed. We still get the Phantom.
Yeah, the Phantom is a cool add-on,
and it can attach. Good on them, dude.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's definitely a cool looking set. Like I think they did a really good job on it, and I mean, at $180, I can't really complain about the size. I mean, you got to think Cad Bane's ship was 170, and I don't think that's anywhere near as cool as this thing.
Agreed. That dude, the Phantom.
It's definitely.
It looks more like a cryo chamber, like bed or something. Like you put Boba Fett in it or something like that.
I mean, he's technically flying laying down.
I know, man. That's leaning back, man. I mean, but look, I kid, but it's what. Look, Lego did the absolute best that they're gonna do for the price for what we got, and look, I admit it should be a little cheaper or a little better, but like. Besides that, I think it's about perfect, man. I have no complaints about it. The figs look great.
Yeah, they do.
I'd have to really do a comparison on the Harris because I know everybody's like really saying this one's better, but I'm not 100% on that yet because I've got the old one over here. I'd have to really like look at them, but it doesn't matter. And plus Chopper, I don't like that new Chopper either. I like the older one better, but that's just a personal preference.
The one thing that I do what?
Those are new molds, right? For the fix.
Okay. Yeah.
The one thing I will say that I do like about this is on the tail fin and the front of the Phantom is really the only place I see a sticker.
Oh, nice.
Oh, well, the cockpit or the windshield or whatever.
Yeah, both cockpits should be printed. Now
they should be, man.
The little piece that's I guess right here's the only picture that I can really see it, but in the middle of the ship, like right where the pods are, it looks like it has some stickers on there, but at least it's not covered in them. And I don't know. Dude, I think it's done really well.
I know, but I will say something real quick because if it's true or whatever, it's like Lego needs to stop with the stickers on windshields, man.
Yes,
like because you have to be in a perfect age range, man, to do that. I'm trying not to curse. I'm sorry, to do that right. Because if you're a kid, dude, you're gonna be sloppy. You're not gonna know what you're doing, man. It's gonna look all dumb, look like a freaking orangutan put it on there. You know what I mean? But and then someone like me, you know what I mean? I'm getting older now, man. Like my hand shakes. Like I'm like, yeah, I can't get the sticker on, Sonny. God dang it, Lego, what are you doing? So it's like, you got to be like a surgeon or something to be able to put these things on. So
in this picture, you can definitely tell the cockpits are printed.
Okay, good. never mind then. Everybody just disregard the last 30 seconds of me just talking like an idiot.
Do you think that though there's someone at Lego when they have like a stickered cockpit, like how many attempts do they have for like the actual promo picture?
They get the person that's the
sitting there.
best at it so they can try and get it one shot. You know what I mean? So Emerlia brings up something that I really want to highlight. UCS Ghost a year from now. Look, me and Sean the Right Way have had this debate before, and I mostly agree with Sean about it, but I still hold out on my own opinion. I think that the UCS Ghost would be the first $1,000 Lego set. Because the reason I say that, I know everybody talks about the Falcon, and I mostly agree. They probably just put out another Falcon or whatever. But look, the Ghost is about a UCS Ghost would be about the size of a Falcon, maybe even girthier. You know what I mean? Because it's like a little bit more layered, right? So think about that, and that's what, $850 or whatever now. I can't remember.
I was about to say when it came out, it was $8, and it went up $50 with the price.
Yeah. So all right. So that right there, and plus they just keep raising the prices anyways. But that right there, plus the Phantom added on to the UCS Ghost, that will push it to 1,000, dude.
Yeah.
And you can have a variety of figs, kind of like they did with the Falcon, where you can have like the Rebels crew, and then you can have the stuff from the new show as well.
But that's where Lego, when we were talking about last week, that's where they have that perfect gift with purchase chance. If you buy the Ghost, you gift with purchase the Phantom.
The Phantom. That would be a perfect, because dude, if you were gonna get the Ghost, man, of course you gotta. But I will say, like that, we would probably look at Lego like, dude, you guys are scumbags for doing that, man.
Well, when they dropped the Mos Eisley Cantina, you had the ability to get the Homestead.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's there. The chance is there.
I mean, I don't know.
That will probably be one of the highest or most expensive gift with purchases to buy outside of Lego, though. 100%.
I never noticed Chopper does look weird. Yeah, there's some good comments out here, man. You guys are definitely, the Phantom is horrendously individually put out sleeper with attached to the coast on display. Yeah, dude, there's some great comments out here. I see them. I see you guys out here. I just can't highlight every single one. I just said this is not based off Rebels, right? Yeah, so I don't know. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Did we have anything else on the list?
No, that was really it. That was the big four. I know there's been some speculation. If you look at this picture of the box, the ship behind the Phantom.
Yes, Ryan brought this up as well. Yes. The fighter ship back there in the background.
Yeah, but I don't know that that's going to really. So first, like the box art on this is really cool. I really like how they've done the Ahsoka series.
I love the planet at the bottom. It looks good, man. It looks really good.
But that ship in the background, the only thing that really makes me think that they're going to come out with that is they're going to have to drop another ship for Ahsoka. Every show's came out with like 2 to 3 sets, and this is I guess the first one we're seeing. But what's weird is if they're gonna drop this, why haven't they mentioned the other ship yet?
I don't know. Just like Thrawn, I mean, it would be insane that they wouldn't put out more Ahsoka sets, at least one more later, because they got to put out Thrawn, dude.
Well,
you know what? They're probably gonna wait for Thrawn for the movie. That's probably what they're gonna do. Because
you think so?
Yeah, I bet you anything. I don't know. Everybody let me know what you think, man. But I bet Filoni, because the movie Filoni's going to do is going to wrap up, what, like Boba Fett, Ahsoka, like all these shows that he's been doing and messing with, like Mandalorian. So that's when I think they're going to fight Thrawn. I think Thrawn's definitely going to be shown in Ahsoka and hinted at, and probably definitely shown. You know what I mean? But
he was hinted at in Mandalorian, wasn't he?
Yeah, but dude, it's hard to say what the hell's going on with Disney and the writing and the stories, and they keep probably changing their mind on stuff. It's hard to say, man. But yeah, I know we all want some Thrawn. UCS Ghost's first 1,000 set would be bold of Lego. Yeah, I agree. And the reason I say it would be bold is because nobody would see it coming. They'd be like, "That's your $1,000 set." But yeah, I agree. So I guess that's the news, huh? I wanted to say also that there are a lot of gift with purchases going on right now. So some of them are on different dates, but definitely call your Lego store or check out the website and stuff and get the individual dates on the different gift purchase, because there's like a whole bunch going on right now.
Tuesday through the
It's some
11th through the 15th is when they start their VIP days.
Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure, I don't think it's passed yet, but there's a time frame you can actually stack. I want to say even 3 of them, man. And then of course the double VIP points and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff going on. If you're trying to get the most out of your Lego purchases from the Lego store. Also all over the place in America at your Targets, yeah, but definitely your Walmarts, man. If you guys are looking for clearance, definitely hit up your Walmarts. They're different for everybody, but they've just got clearance after clearance after clearance. And check them, if you're really trying to find deals and stuff, man, check them kind of regularly, because what they do is they have them on a certain clearance for a certain amount of time. And if they're still there, then they'll drop it even more to a point where I got the Creator 3-in-1 roller coaster, whatever, 5 years ago or whatever it was when it was out, for like $30, $20 or something like that, because it was like 70% off or something.
You need to take a phone and download the Walmart app and just scan the barcodes, because a lot of times they don't put the prices out.
Yeah. That's what I do a lot too, man. Is I've got the app just for that purpose. Scott Davis, good morning. How are you doing? And Titanium Jay, what's up, TJ? Good morning to you. Thank you for being here, my friend. Amberlight says, I thought there was another ship set rumored. Yes, there is. I want to say it's Ahsoka's ship. I mean, her ship. And then there's like a 2-pack or something that's coming out. I'm not sure. Cabbage says Thrawn is in Ahsoka. He is in the trailer. WTF? Yeah, but how much you want to bet he is not going to be the main dude? The main villains are going to be the two Sith or dark side users. I know the guy and the girl.
They're definitely going to do something to where they build up Ahsoka's storyline before they drop Thrawn in. I do believe that if Thrawn is in this season, he won't be until later and towards the end.
I agree. Yeah, Thrawn's a big fish. That they know the fans are really clamoring for, and they know also that Thrawn is interesting enough to snatch the new fans up, because he's like a master tactician. I want to say he's an admiral, because I want to say he was above Thrawn, or I'm not Thrawn. He was above. Oh my gosh, my mind is blank right now. It doesn't matter. He was a high-ranking officer, and he's blue with red eyes. So it's like he's just interesting looking, enough for a lot of people to take notice of. Hey, good morning, Andre. He says hi, Lene. Look at you. We were talking about you the other day, in a good way. We were talking about your collection and stuff like that. Micro Ghost, sweet. Dean says Ahsoka's T6 is rumored. Yes, and Dean, good morning to you.
Yeah, the T6 and the 2-pack, but nobody really knows like piece count, price, anything.
Thank you, Wayne. Tarkin. Yes, Tarkin. That's who I was trying to say. Tyler says, I got a feeling Thrawn will only be in the last 2 episodes. Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure. We'll get just a little bit, probably not enough. Maybe, you never know. Lego might make him sooner, but again, I really feel like they'd probably hold out until like the movie, because he's going to be the main culprit of the movie. All right. So that is our news for today. We are getting close to the second hour, and we will get into our discussion about YouTube and Twitch. But I do have something for some celebrations. Now, look, before I start the celebration thing, I have to say, I forgot a lot of celebrations, so I'm sorry. And when I say I'm sorry, I mean, I am sorry, but at the same time, it's very imperative. If y'all have a celebration that you want us to highlight, to message one of us.
Message us.
Don't message, the Good Morning Brick Road Instagram account. At least not now, until I can figure some things out. Just, message. You can at least just message me, but you can message Bearded Brix or Brick Babe, and then we will get it all put together. And when we say celebrations, as always, we just mean anything you want to celebrate. It doesn't have to be, your birthday. Maybe somebody else's birthday you want us to shout out too. It could be somebody that's in the community. It could be somebody that's not in the community. It could be you got a new job and you're excited. You want to celebrate it. Just anything you want to celebrate that you feel is worthy enough that you want us to shout it out. definitely send it to us. So that being said, there was only a few of them that I could remember. And I was actually one of them. So I guess I don't know if that counts or not. So if we missed something, definitely message one of us and we will get it out there for next week as well. So, all right. So I will throw out here some celebrations.
Awesome.
So the thing at the tail end there was about Brick Babe. So it's not her birthday yet. Her birthday is coming up.
Right.
But she's having like a birthday block party.
Everybody's invited.
So everybody's invited. So that's why I wanted to put that up there, just so if you want to join in on the fun, you can do that. Also, J Bob the Builder. What's going on, J Bob? Good morning to you. Says price is $159 USD. Last I saw, man, we were talking about a lot of stuff. What was $170? Because I feel like
170 was the ghost.
Oh, right. Yeah. Which honestly, I mean, look, I could say like 90% of all Lego costs too much. It doesn't matter what the price is. It just always costs too much. You know what I mean? But so sometimes I just leave that out of there because it's just irrelevant to the subject matter. But for this, I feel it's worth it. I get that they did. I always say dumb it down, but it looks really good for what it is. They packed a lot in there, and the details and everything look great too.
And it has an interior, which is
and not huge, but it's got an interior. I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea, and some people probably just flat out hate it. And I can respect that, and even see everybody's point of view on it because it's.
The only thing that I think that they're going to copy a lot of is seeing how it's built. They're going to do the same thing they did with the Falcon. It's going to be like a Technic frame that attaches bricks to, which is going to be really cool. And I believe if they were to do that the same size as I agree 100%, they have the potential for that to be the $1,000 UCS set. Yeah.
I mean, I agree with like most people when they say like they'll put out another Falcon or, it could be something else. But I agree only because of just the logical analytical stuff that they had behind like the way they sell stuff, put stuff out. But who knows, man? I mean, look, there's a lot of times companies, I'm like, I kind of wish they would do something, whether I like it or not, just because I'm like, look at them, dude, just like surprising everybody. Like, just, I'm going to clap for them, So yeah, I feel like they put out $1,000 Ghost. Everybody's going to be like, what the hell is this, man? Like, I'm just going to be like, I'll stand up, man. And you know what? I'm going to be like, Mrs. Hive, I got to shell out $1,000 for this Lego set.
I've also wondered why Lego hasn't done a thing where they like, okay, we're planning on designing the next UCS set. Pick one of these three and doing like voter's choice. And I know that's still going to make people mad, but at least you get to put some input on it versus, hey, here's another Falcon.
Well, look, I don't think it's just about making people mad. I think it's just that, just looking at some of the fan vote stuff they've done in the past, people are going to be like, my vote don't matter, man. So yeah, Josh, what's going on, man? And I see Shy out there. What's going on? Good morning. How y'all doing? Panda's out there as well. Good morning, Panda.
Good morning.
Blocksmith says the Ghost is nice for those of us that missed out on the original. I didn't realize Rebels was as good as it was at the time. God, I wish I could get into focus here, man, because something's just out of focus. Like, God dang it. Hold on a minute, everybody. Let's see if this will work. Let's see if this will focus for me. Come on now. There we go. No. All right. I guess I'll just be out of focus the whole rest of the show. It's all good. Yeah. So look, I also had that sentiment, and I definitely had that sentiment before we saw what we saw as far as the Ghost goes. But I still am like, I still would rather have the last Ghost. You know what I mean?
Really?
Only because it's bigger. I do not like these dumbed down versions of these ships, dude. They really make me angry.
I found that from what I've been able to see lately, and this is just my opinion, that Lego is trying to keep all of their like sets like that under $200, and then everything else that's like UCS size above it.
Yeah, I talked about this. I don't know, I guess a year or so ago whenever they started doing it, where they're wedging stuff between like where they used to have like, you know, your +4 or whatever, then kind of somewhere in the middle ground, then your UCS sets. Now it's like they're trying to push it to where it's like, you're either going to spend $200 if you want a ship that looks decent, or you can have these nice looking ones that might be more playable. And where do you, and here, and this would be a good topic we can have for a future show, because it's like, where do you have it, even the argument, man? Because it's like, to have a middle ground is a weird area anyways for Lego.
Yeah.
Because they're either like, okay, you're an adult, this is the area you should be going in. If not, then this is the area that it's going to be in. You know what I mean? They're like either children or adults. They're not like trying to do this middle ground. I like the middle ground because you can get in the middle. Like you can get a decent looking ship for a decent price. Where you're not spending, you know, like $200 or more. But that's, you know, that's a whole different discussion, because I don't know.
Jay brought up a good point though. He likes the smaller stuff because he could fit more on shelves.
That's what I was just about to say. We say we don't have space. Like Eight Falls, we never say we don't have any money. We say we don't have space. Like we'll find the money. I mean, we do say we don't have money, but you know, it's a space.
No, that's a really good point.
For Hive.
No, that's a really good point. And that's something that could be thrown into that discussion, you know, where you start weighing out like what's better, because eventually that's what it's going to come down to, is you got to just weigh out what you like better, and you got to deal with it, you know? So yeah, that's a very good point, Jay, because especially about space and stuff like that, you know, just like the Venator coming out, you know, look, I was talking about like, might have to choose between like the Avengers Tower and the Venator, depending on how my financial situation is, you know what I mean? And I would probably choose the Avengers Tower, because I know I can put that in the city, and it's got it, not only will it look good as displayed in the city, but it will have a purpose, you know what I mean, as in the city. Where the Venator is just a display piece, like these guys, which I absolutely adore almost more than anything. But like, I know it sounds stupid because of the space I have, but I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it, man. Like,
you can put that Venator over the city.
Oh, like hang it?
Yeah,
I totally should do that too. Like that. Yeah, that's a perfect resolution for that. Let's see here. MG Castle would be a day one purchase for me. Yeah. Brick Fair, Virginia wasn't 4 days later. Yeah. Exactly. Brick Babe, we can get the money, but where do we find space? That's another topic we'll eventually talk. We've talked about it before, but we'll definitely touch upon it again.
I'm telling you, I keep talking to Haley. If I could just knock down that wall and build a room on the back of my house with no windows specifically for Lego.
Let's see here. Sorry, I was getting ready to.
Now that I do agree with Whiskey though, the crappiest thing about Brick Fair is you literally have everything you can buy at Brick Fair, or you have the sets that just get released by Lego. So how do you weigh out
that timing?
Like I will tell you that every year I've made it a point to buy a Brickmania set, and I save up money throughout the year and just put it to the side. Like this year, I already know what I'm buying. It's like $430. I've got the money to the side, whatever. And then I guess like the Lego stuff that comes out August 1st, like I want all those Donkey Kong sets, but to me, I would rather spend the money at Brick Fair, because the Donkey Kong sets I can get throughout the rest of the year. Right. I won't have them right now. I won't have them as soon as they drop, but I'll have them throughout the rest of the year.
Well, shopping is a difficult thing, at least for me nowadays. You know what I mean? And it kind of always has been, no matter what, because Lego puts out so many things in a year that even when I'm like, I always bring up the Batwing as an example. You know, I've got the 89 Batmobile, and I really wanted that Batwing. It just, because, you know, I like Batman a lot, and it just is a complementary piece. It's perfect for that Batmobile, right?
Yeah.
So I always like, all right, I'll get it later. But every time I start even getting close to it, man, like other stuff comes out that I want more or whatever, or I'll spend a little bit of money and not have it. So it's a lot of strategy. And
The only thing that sucks like that though is that there's no way to even prepare for it.
I know. And then Lego pulled the rug out from under us about even trying to strategize. And the Brick Bods actually just I want to say it was their last podcast that they had, talked about gift purchases and stuff like that. And they brought up a lot of good points in it. That one, when Lego took away the calendar, that was the biggest thing. Then
One Brick Stud just dropped the big bomb. He forgot, and I didn't even think about it. Green Gots is September 1st also.
So look at that, man. The fans that are Harry Potter fans and Star Wars fans are gonna have a real big internal conflict, I'll tell you what. But I doubt it because no, I guess you're gonna have to weigh out like Star Wars or Harry Potter, babe, because the Ghost and Green Gots are both big things, man. I will say Green Gots is gonna cost you a lot more.
But I think Green Gots, you'll get more for your money. I will honestly say I believe that. I would rather have the Ghost over Green Gots, but Green Gots you'll probably get more for your money.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that as well. It plus would be interesting to see the minifigs you get with it as well. Let's see here. Oh, you guys talking about the Brick Mania? Couple brickheads. What's going on? Good morning, Sean. Represent. Yeah, Lauren. I figured you'd say Green Gots. All right. So listen, let's get into our subject of the matter, and that is YouTube versus Twitch. And I know, like I said, everybody thinks I was trying to make it like seem like, like ding, 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 like, oh, we're gonna knock them all out. So no, really, I want to just talk about the different dynamics between the two, what's going on, because I know it's obvious. You can see a lot of people have gone over there, some for different reasons. And I'm not going to be shy about saying it. There have been some people that have gone over there because they've been sponsored to go over there. Twitch has paid them money to stream on there. And of course, part of that means they want to get over as many people over there as possible. I feel really weird if anybody knows me well enough about sponsorships and stuff like that. A lot of people have made me see things a little differently, and I agree. And I do see things a little differently. Like more short-term bursts of sponsorships is what I think is the best. Getting into some type of long-term thing for me is nothing I would want to do at all. But some people have gone over to Twitch for that reason. Other people, however, just gone over there because, they like it better. And that's something I kind of want to talk about too, is, just again, these different dynamics about Twitch and YouTube. So first of all, it's pretty much been known for a long time now, like Twitch is like better for streaming. Now, when they say better for streaming, I still feel like that is more of an opinionated thing because it's well, no, I'm
talking about look what One Brick said.
Twitch is a YouTube auto wish. YouTube is the goat. Now, look, there are a lot of extra things on Twitch that streamers like, and a lot of the. I don't even know what they're called, man. Like just a lot of pizzazz, man. Look, to the point where, and I'm saying this as honestly and nicely as I can. I try and go over there as much as I can to support my friends and stuff. I hadn't been over there for a long time. I reopened my account to try and support everybody. But dude, it's a lot. It's a lot. I like going into chat and just seeing chat. Dude, seeing like all these things popping out all the time, man, and all these jingles and jangles and like noises and stuff. Like it's a lot, man. And I can only take it for so long. Some people like it a lot. Some people love it. And I respect that. It's just a lot for me. I just want to read what people are talking about, man. And I keep getting distracted with all this other stuff. I don't know.
It feels like it's a TikTok live on steroids.
Okay. I get that.
Like I've only been on, I won't even lie. I've only been on Twitch twice, and not me streaming, but watching somebody. And I kind of agree. Like in a way, there's more viewer interactions, but I would rather talk to you than in a way almost have you donate money, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it's very, I don't know. It's,
and I get also, there's different things on the format that are nice. I don't understand everything, you know what I mean? But so I think it just obviously comes down to personal preference.
I do.
again, some people really like all that stuff in there, man. You know, it's plus I want to say it's definitely probably more interactive with the chat. It goes on, but see, that's where I'm saying, like, we're interactive with the chat. And that's what I mean about when they say it's better for streaming. Yes, if you like that stuff, then it's better for you streaming. But I'm perfectly fine streaming over here. I like to read the chat. You know, you can get donations and stuff like that. So for me personally, that's kind of my thoughts on, you know, as far as the different dynamics and stuff. Now, there have been a few people that have tried to pull me to go over there and stream and do my stuff over there. And I thought about doing it maybe like at the same time and streaming both at the same time, but then Twitch says you can't do that. I know there's ways around it, but I'm not that good. So, but as far as like me just doing stuff over there, like, I'm trying to think of the nicest way to say this. Like, I get people probably weren't thinking about this when they're like, yeah, you should like do more stuff. Look, from like pushing 5 years now, I've been growing this channel, growing an audience, trying very hard to build this Brick Hive channel stuff over here, man. I'm not going to just be like, okay, let me put it on hold or do it less so I can go focus more on Twitch. It's just not going to happen. A lot of people can do that, and a lot of people have. And like I said, man, I'm not trying to dump on Twitch, but that's just my perspective from it.
I mean, I agree that the one downfall I think that Twitch has is that after a couple days or a couple weeks, your stream goes away. So you can never really watch old content.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about, like I said, a lot of the details on it. Because again, YouTube's not perfect, and there's good and pros and cons for each one. Look, and we haven't even brought into the conversation like Instagram. You know what I mean? Like, Instagram's a whole another thing. There's people that, like, again, you know, Brick Babe here, you know, like, there's people that stream on Instagram. And I always, you know, I'm half serious, half joking. You know, the reason I don't really go over there and watch as many streams is because you just can't lurk. And I like to multitask, man. So if you can't lurk, it's really like, I don't know, you know what I mean? So, but that's a whole thing. And then I'm sure there's other places I can't even think of where you can probably stream, but like, those are the big.
I mean, there's TikTok, there's Instagram. I mean, there's Twitch, there's YouTube. There's a lot of platforms that each kind of bring their own individual, like, good things and bad things. But I believe that YouTube will always be the GOAT just because YouTube was there first. Like, YouTube has the money to where if Twitch has an idea, YouTube can take that and make it better. And I don't think that Twitch is built around streaming where YouTube is not. YouTube is built for content and not really streaming. It just has the ability to stream.
Well, that's obviously the pros of YouTube is you can do both and both well. You know what I mean? So really quick, I wanted to kind of read some of the comments because a lot of people are saying some good stuff. Channel points don't cost money. Twitch brings a more fun element to me. Hey, Brick and Brood, what's happening? How you doing?
Hey,
Lauren said, "Let her lurk."
right.
You know, there's a point I wanted to bring up.
Yes.
I think I think the word like platform and preference, I think they are, I think they go together, like platform preference. I think what's happened is social media now is so different. So when we had, I'm old, y'all. So when we had MySpace, it was never, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to show my bills and I'm going to make some money. It was just, you were literally there for the social aspect. Then here comes Facebook. Then we kind of are growing and evolving into Facebook. Same thing when Facebook first came. It wasn't, oh, I'm in it for the money. Now that content creation is a real thing, and being a content creator is like, you know, a good 6-figure job if you do it right. I think now the new platforms we're evolving, it's like finding a better job. Okay, well, I'm going to leave my YouTube job, and I'm going to get the Twitch job because the benefits package is better over here. So I think if you look at it like a job standpoint too, it's like everybody wants to evolve and keep growing in this space. And some people are led by the social aspect, like me on IG. It's just, let's get around and chit chat. But some people are like, hey, this is my business. This is my profession. And I got to follow the money. Yeah.
And look, who knows, you know, because, and this is why I try to see things as much as I can. I'm not good at it always, but I try and see things from other people's perspectives. I try and look at the reasoning why people do or choose the things that they might choose. And clearly, it seems like the main reason a lot of people like Twitch, again, is because of like all the bells and whistles and stuff that it has that YouTube doesn't. Some people really like that, and some people don't. I think Bricklock was saying in the comments something about like it's you do whatever makes you feel comfortable, which of course, you know what I mean. And again, there are other different places you can stream. Just YouTube and Twitch, kind of the big two right now that are kind of going head to head. Now, what is the long-term ramifications of some of this stuff? I have no clue. Will Twitch stay relevant and strong? Probably, but I don't know, man. Twitch is going through a lot of stuff right now that I've kind of paid attention to and kind of not. Yeah, a lot of it's monetizations type stuff. A lot of it's format type stuff. So, but look, YouTube's the same way. I mean, you never know what could happen. I don't think anything's gonna happen to YouTube, if anything, for a very long time. It's just too ingrained into things, man. It's too strong.
YouTube evolved to that next level when they started creating movies and shows.
Yeah. But whatever the long-term effects may be, it's kind of irrelevant in a way. It's only to the individual, whether they like to stream on Twitch or like to watch stuff on Twitch. Let me see here. There's a couple more comments I saw. Twitch has that Amazon money if they want to throw down. That's true, right? They do. I'm not a content creator, so Twitch works better for me. So look, Amberlight, that's a very, very good point. It's a very good point. So even though there are people on YouTube that don't really make content, they just stream. But I get if you strictly really just stream, you know what I mean? Like why Twitch would be kind of appealing, you know what I mean? So again, that's a really good point. Also, to something, an asterisk, to Amberlaya as well, is Amberlaya is a techie. She's just a hardcore tech person. Right. And I would imagine that a lot of people that have that talent, so to speak, that they would like that.
Dang,
because they could see understand it a lot better. Oh my goodness, Amberlaya, look. Oh my goodness, look. And that's not just any random person out there giving you that compliment and donating money. That's the former host of the show. So that's a really, really good compliment. Amberlaya, you're so sweet.
I mean, I definitely agree. Like, there's so many different channels that do that. There's people who just use Twitch for streaming and then YouTube for placing their content, their videos and stuff like that. And there's a ton of people that game on Twitch that save screen record their stuff and then upload clips to YouTube to get those YouTube people to Twitch. But I don't think that they're ever going to be like the friendly groups. I mean, there's always going to be the people who choose either one. And with Twitch, every time I think of Twitch, I just associate video games, though. That's it. I don't.
Well, that's something. Hold on, that's something I want to touch upon, but real quick, I wanted to do a donation thingy for Amberlaya real quick. We'll do the Unikitty one. We'll do the Unikitty.
And no negativity of any kind.
You just said the word no like 1,000 times.
And there's also no consistency. Any idea is a good idea, except the not happy ones. Those you push down deep inside where you'll never, ever find them.
Good old Unikitty. Thank you so much, Amberlaya. But okay, so real quick, hold on to that thought, Brick Baby, because that is something else I wanted to bring up into this conversation that we haven't really touched upon yet, and that is the audience, the viewers, the chat kind of thing. And so there are some of us, for whatever reason it may be, it's very easy to just jump back and forth, and maybe not even just in these two, but also jump up over to Twitch, or not Twitch, but Instagram as well. But for whatever reason, also, for some of us, it's difficult. For me, it's kind of difficult. I don't go over to Instagram very much because, like I said, the hashtag let me lurk thing, which I love, by the way. I got to make sure that sticks. But also, same thing with Twitch. I focus on, like, YouTube is my focus. You know what I mean? I support a lot of people over here. I try and watch a lot of people's stuff over here and give them support. It's my main thing. When I can, you know, or if I just burn the candles wicks at both ends or whatever, man, I try and, like, again, I'll you know, watch other stuff and try and support other people. But it's difficult for me. I imagine it's like that for a lot of other people. Well, dude, there's people that are on Twitch that you know, I mean, they might watch stuff over here, but I just don't really see them at all. You know, I don't ever see them at all. So they might watch, but like I said, it's you know, but they might just stick to kind of Twitch. So that's kind of another aspect of the two dynamics between the two. You know what I mean? But what were you gonna say, Brick Bay? I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's not me, it's Google. So, and you know, Google's biased, but if you if you Google,
it's okay, I get it.
if you Google Twitch versus YouTube, it says exactly what you've been saying. If you're the content creator that wants to upload on demand content as well as post live streams, then you'll almost certainly do better on YouTube. But if you're totally new to the game and you just want to broadcast some gameplay, then Twitch is probably the best site for you. And that's what you go back to, kind of like audience. I think, you know, the biggest audience was gamers. But, you know, Twitch is still going through an adjustment period.
Yes,
they've had a great falling away.
Which is something that Shai just commented on. He says, I have to admit, though, the Lego Twitch side is super welcoming. So look, and here's something why I really was adamant about, like, look, we can joke around a little bit and stuff, but no, I don't want to see anybody just taking a dump on Twitch. You know what I mean? Because they're doing something right now that is amazing, and it's something that we did over here. Not, I say we, it's not like it was literally me. There were people years before us, but that did it over here, and they made a YouTube community. And even though we might not even know those people that started at the beginning, but they formed something that grew and grew and grew and grew. And however many years later and however many rings it went out, like, now we're part of that. And whether and there's people that were on, you know, on Instagram or some other thing that don't really do over here. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with Twitch, man. Everybody over there on the Lego side, man, they're building something over there and they're doing it well. And there have been people before them, but, like, they are growing something. Now, whether it gets to be like the Lego YouTube community, I don't know. But one of the perfect examples I've seen on Twitch, and I know we kind of do it over here, but it's not the same, is their raids. That is a beautiful thing, man. That because over here, yeah, we try and watch each other's stuff and all that. But imagine when you watch stuff, man, you just send 30 people over there at the same time. Like, dude. And we do try and do that, you know what I mean? When we got streams kind of like right next to each other, we'll be like, yeah, go over there, you know? But, like, it's different over there because not only do you have the influx of people, but then, like, of course, you get your, like, fireworks or balloons or whatever, I don't know, raid drops or whatever the thing is that they do over there. So that's a really awesome thing.
The one big thing, and it's a difference in it also, is you literally can just set up a camera and stream over there versus where the people that use YouTube are editing these videos and spending hours adding stuff into them and showing you content. And a lot of the stuff, like when you're doing on Twitch that's live, I mean, live has a potential to always go wrong. I mean, let's just face it. Everybody sitting in here has had something happen on live where it's either somebody has said something or done something. And there's a lot of people that don't like that aspect. There's a lot of people that want to be able to control what happens. So they can put a video uploaded after they edit it and know that that's the exact concrete how it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, that's one of a heavy pro and con about making videos and then live streaming. And by the way, real quick, good morning, Richie. Thank you for being here. Our toy world in the house.
One Brick just said it perfect, though. Deep down, Twitch or YouTube, it doesn't matter. It's all about the wonderful people in this community. And
yeah, that's really the core of it all. Because it's just like, all right, look, just like when you go to any event like that's big, like a concert, you know, or like Lego convention or a comic book convention or whatever the case may be, man. Everybody's there for the same reason. Now, everybody is different. We all can be different people, like very different people, man. You know what I mean? On a whole spectrum of different things. You know what I mean? But in that moment, we're there for Lego. You know, just like out here in the community, like, yeah, there's definitely been drama and stuff, you know, in the Lego community, but like, but at heart, you know, we're all here for Lego. You know, I mean, we're all here to just talk about and celebrate our love for Lego and everything about it. And even then, there's all these different factions of that, man. You've got mock builders and people that just love sets, and then minifig collectors, and then, you know, whatever the case may be, you know, mosaics and whatever. So that's really, yes, the thing at its core is, you know.
So I have a lug, and we have I would say about 40 active members.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first questions we ask when you join the lug is, how do you enjoy Lego? Everybody enjoys it differently. There are some people who enjoy Lego who do not build. You know, it's like,
yeah, Mrs. Hive doesn't really build, but when the time is right, she loves sorting.
Loves it. There are people who do not, and I think it's the same thing when it comes to all these different platforms. It's, how do you enjoy Lego? How do you enjoy sharing it? How do you enjoy streaming it? And we all don't enjoy it the same. Lego knows that. That's why when you go in the store, you got Disney, you got so many different themes.
And I wanted to touch upon real quick too. I was going to say a minute ago about the pros and cons of making content and live streaming is, so you can make money off both, obviously, but clearly, even if you enjoy editing, which I do, but man, it could be a grueling process, you know, depending on how well you want your editing to be done. I mean, Shy's a good example of, like, anybody that's watched Shy's content can see how clean cut and crisp his editing is, but that's because he has an immense amount of patience. You know, I mean, he's got equipment and all that too, which has taken time, I'm sure, for him to buy and accumulate and everything. But like his editing, you know, it takes him. I always say 6 hours per hour, but that was with Cali Brick Click. I think it's more for his like vlogs and stuff like that. But it shows. But man, to sit there and edit stuff for so long, and you're excited and you just want to get it out, you know what I mean? And blah blah blah, or cut maybe some corners here and there, but the end result is great. And usually you get a really good satisfaction out of it. But again, long grueling process. Streaming, baby. Just turn on the camera, turn on the mic, and man, you're making money right off the bat, depending on what you're doing or whatever. And look, I've mentioned before, you know, because a couple of people have asked me, and a couple of times I've just talked about it, but you know, about the goods and the bads and the things about live streaming and kind of like how you should do it and stuff. And there's no really right or wrong way to do it. You know, it's different for everything. But like, if you don't have like something that's interesting to people, you know, whether it's your subject you're talking about or whatever, then you yourself have to be so wildly entertaining, man, that you could literally just sit here and just people just love like watching you, man. And that's how it is for a lot of people. I mean, dude, anytime I have a damn Hive stream and I'm trying to build, I don't even build half the time. I'm just talking to everybody.
You're talking.
But see, that's where, like, God, that's like a huge difference between me and you. Like, I have this like problem that like I can keep up with the chat, but I have a problem with like I have tried so many ways. Like, you can give me a set and I'm just like mind focused, like I have to get it done. Mark used to pick on me all the time, and he's like, dude, that's a $500 set, you know, make it last a couple streams. I'm like, I can't, I got to put it together now. And like, I've tried so many ways. Like, if there's been a stream where I've built anything lately, I'll dump all the bags out on the table at once and like mix it up. I'm like, I have to have this take me a long time. Like, I've like, you'll see me like putting down the set and like just stopping.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's been with this castle. Every once in a while I'll start building something, and I don't want to stop building it. It's fun. Not only has this been fun, but seeing it come together, man, has been so satisfying. I've fallen for this castle like a blind roofer, man. Dude, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Chef, good morning. And I saw Ivan out there. Good morning, Ivan.
Hey,
how are you doing?
Hey, Ivan, good morning.
King says, what is sleep? I don't know, King. I don't think you ever sleep, man. Bearded Brix says sweet tea over everything. Dude, I can't drink that sweet tea, man. Or just,
I love
sweat
sweet
tea.
tea.
That's sweat tea. You put sweat tea in there. So hopefully that doesn't taste as bad. But you know,
Jay said he's the same way. That's just it has to be done. Like I don't know how you crack that castle. So last year at Brick Fair, I left with Chef, went to the Lego store, and like my one goal was I'm buying the castle. I came back, set that castle on the like ground behind where my mock was on the table, and the whole time I'm just like,
right,
I've got that castle,
dude. So, man, I really wish I had my camera rolling, man. A couple different conversations I've had with Mrs. Hive lately, because she's been getting a little feisty with some of her comments lately about the Lego City and the Lego room and all that, man. Because I was telling her originally I was gonna buy 2 of those castles. And she's like, why? She's like, it looks big enough. And I was like, well, I was gonna make it bigger. She's like, why? She's like, it would be totally out of proportion with the rest of your city. And I'm like, no, it wouldn't. I was like, it'd just be a really big castle, man.
But castles are big.
So I took my castle to Brick Universe like 3 weekends ago, and Haley went with me. My wife went with me, and she's also going to Brick Fair with me. But she's always been like she'll bring people down here and show them the basement, and she's like, oh my God, he does all this. Like he builds all this out of his mind. I don't know how he does it. And like, I was like, I wonder how she's gonna do when she meets because we're all Lego fans, but there's those people that are like over the top Lego fans, and I was like, those are the ones that you're gonna talk to. And when we went to the convention, we set the castle up. They opened the doors and let everybody in that first day, and she by the first hour and a half, she knew more about the castle than I did. She was telling kids about it. Like kids would ask questions or people would ask questions, and she knew the piece count. She knew the hours it took. She knew, everything about it. She actually was like, she came to me at one point and she was like, I have a question. People are talking about these like lion people and then apparently like these dragon people. She's like, you don't have those, do you? And I was like, no, they're not in this. I was like, this is the Black Falcons. So she's actually went on to like Brick Monarch's website. She's bought Black Falcon t-shirts for Brick Fair. Like she is like invested herself in this. And I'm just like, yes.
That's cool.
That's hilarious. I just saw No More Bricks comment about castle talk. And I don't really want to throw the whole topic off here because there is some more stuff I want to talk about YouTube and Twitch, but there is something I'm kind of curious as far as castle stuff goes. So from an outsider looking in, I always thought castle was just castle, you know what I mean? But yeah, obviously I started learning, or at least seeing there's a lot of different like factions into the castle, right? So was that something that was in a storyline, or is it just because every time they did a different castle theme, wherever every couple of years, like it was a different brand,
so, like technically some of the for instance, I think there's like 6 different Lego factions that all use lions. There's a couple, there's like 2 or 3 that use dragons, and then there's some that are there's a bunch that are like one-offs. And I don't really know that there's a storyline because each like time period that they've released castles seem to have different factions or whatever, but the whole time they've done that, there's always been the Lion Knights and there's always been the Black Falcons. The Wolf Pack, I would love to see them reintroduce the Wolf Pack. The Wolf Pack is that one that they only got, I think it was 2 sets.
Yeah, but what about the deer guys, the forest men?
Well, see, that's a thing they only got a couple sets, and now they've re-released them because the forest men were on Pick-a-Brick. So because I've got a bunch of those coming, and that was another thing that they.
I feel like this knight stuff, man, is almost like the clones, dude. I just think there's some clones and some knights, and man, you guys the clone guys, and you guys no, man, there's 500 different versions of them, and
that's been the hardest thing to learn because when I the next thing after I do the castle is the clone mock. And I have this buddy that's talking to me about he is just teaching me everything about Clone Wars. And I'm just you realize the stormtroopers were the stormtroopers. There was no Legion here and Legion there. I was they were just the stormtroopers.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel when I was a kid growing up with the OG trilogy, man, if there was and eventually we did get different stormtroopers, but yeah, if there was different types of stormtroopers and whatever, different ranks that you could really tell and yeah, because that's something that was really cool with all the clones, man, is they're yeah, clones. What clones, dude? I got a tattoo on my head, or I mark my helmet, it's no, they're totally different. Mayo says, Titanium J, would you say that about Ninjago City Markets? Mayo, I know Jay already answered you. Yeah, but dude, Jay built that thing in one day, man. Not even a whole day, just just in a day. just casually, man. Just built that thing. Dude, same thing as Mox, man. He was like building Mox like it was going on a style, man. Ivan says, "Oh, I'm sorry, you got a cold." And oh, yeah. Hope she feels better. This, I guess, I finished his castle build already. No, I'm getting close. I'm on bag 20, and I think there's like 26 bags or something like that. Salad Finger says, "Views on rusty spoons. Get better stainless steel." Let's see here. Wolfpack for the win, baby. Yeah, man. I feel like a lot of people like that Wolfpack stuff, man. Wolfpack is the best faction. Yeah. All right. I have a bunch of Wolfpack. Well, if you guys want to know who's got the Wolfpack in the house, man,
those things are like $20 a pop.
I heard they're expensive. El Cobra Commander, what's happening? Forestmen and Dark Forest have way more than 2 sets. I don't know, man. I mean,
they do, but they
all
were,
that stuff came out in Dark Ages.
That was one of the things that they were kind of released in multiple year spans. Like it wasn't like, the Wolfpack came out in 92, 93. Yeah. And then like the Black Falcons, the Forestmen, the Lion Knights, they're kind of the ones that have always been there, I guess.
Yeah. Very interesting. All right. Well, I guess we're going to have a castle topic theme, in the future so we can get into all that. Knights Kingdom 1 and 2 is Dookie. Oh goodness. All right, so YouTube and Twitch. So yeah, it's interesting. Again, like I said, there's been a lot of people that have been kind of flocking over there. Something about Twitch I will say, something that did annoy me very much, is it happened on 2 different Twitch streams, and I imagine it must be a setting that they have. One was Brix, and one was it was the Full of Brix. I think it was full of. I can't remember if it was Nick or if it was actually the Full of Brix podcast. But anyways, I was gonna comment. You can watch, but I was gonna comment, but you had to verify. It had to be a verified account. So I started. I was like, all right, that's fine. So I started going through it, and then I was like, wanting to send me a message on my phone and a link, and I was like, oh man, screw it. So so I apologize for not commenting on your guys' streams, but blame Twitch. Ivan says, I was in 1993, and that's when Lego came out. Oh, born in 1993. I was born way before that.
I was born in 92, so I understand.
Oh, there you go.
You were born in 92?
It was a joke, please. Let's keep moving.
Oh, I was like, I'm older than you. And I know your birthday. We just went over this.
Yeah, I was born in 78. Okay, Lego was still around in 78.
Yeah, look, Rich is like, I'm not trying to be insulting. I just want to make sure I got the math right.
Wait a minute, I was doing some math real quick. I was like, hold on.
I was like, oh my gosh, is she okay?
Oh gosh. Let's try to say it Macro Bricks patiently waiting for their troops to come up online and break a bill. Macro says you are so young. Well, not the panel. I mean, we're young at heart.
Facts.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, look, age is obviously just a number. I mean,
facts.
Now, clearly, I mean, your body does catch up to that number, but
what?
It's caught up. It has caught up, Hive. Just
Wayne says my first military deployment was in 93. Goodness gracious, man. Yeah, because that's even a little bit before me, because if I almost joined the Marines when I was 19.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was really close. And that was in 96, 7, something like that. Yeah, something like that. 6. I think it was 96. Anyways, I don't know why I'm thinking about that. 1978, one of the greatest years for Lego A Falls Unite.
Yes. Yes.
It's interesting though. Kind of getting a little off subject, but in the community, there's been quite a few of the T falls, and I want to say even K falls, man, that we've just watched grow up, and some of these kids, man, I swear I feel like I'm their damn dad. But it touches my heart, It really gets me a little emotional because guys are, I say kids, man, you're not really kids anymore, but yeah, man, good kids, good dudes, good females, good girls. I don't know, man, just the community is it's just really touching, because you see people grow up, and not just grow up, man. I've seen people get married. I've seen people have kids, You've seen people graduate high school, they just all kinds of graduate college, all these, big life moments, man. You know what I mean? And and the ones of us that are a little older, especially if you have a family or something like that, time moves crazily fast. So it's just, like I said, it's just really cool and interesting, man, to see these different points of community, man, that have grown up, and done things in life. And let's see here. What was Rick Locks? I've been doing Lego since 1979.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure maybe I was too. Just don't remember. I don't know.
It's not like it is now. So Lego now, I think we're in the best age of Lego for
Right. Oh, for sure, dude. This is definitely peak Lego. There's no doubt about that. So Danny Phantom says the face of the youngins make when you tell them your birth year starts with a 1. Well, it's just like my kid, man. I explained about remote controls. I mean, not remote controls, but like before we had remotes, like you had to get up and turn the television, or answer machines, before cell phones, there were pay phones, pagers, like before like MP3s, we had discs, and before that we had tapes. And I mean, there was 8 tracks for that, but even then that was before my time, but man.
A buddy of mine has a kid that just got into RC cars, and I was talking about, when you were younger, you had that one that was attached to a string, and like you'd have to walk after it while you were operating.
Like, what kind of remote control bullshit is this, man?
You have to walk like 4 feet, let it go a foot, walk 4 feet. Let it go.
Or I remember even the ones that weren't tethered, you charge the battery for hours and hours and hours, man, like 6 to 8 hours, something like that, and then you get to run it for like
10 minutes,
30 minutes, like that. It's ridiculously like short time. But that's how things were, man. But like even when we had video games, man, most of us, we still went outside all the time. Rode bikes, skateboarded, played at the playground, man. Like you went to your friend's house because we didn't have cell phones, so it was like you just called them, said like, "Hey, I'm coming over," or you just drove by or rode by it. You're there, just saw bikes out in the yard or whatever. I don't know, man. It was just different. Not to say that things are so bad nowadays, man, because kids have a whole different level of things that are good for them. You know what I mean? And as far as like the technology goes, I don't think any of us are going to know any kind of long-term effects for a really long time yet. But I don't know, man. I couldn't imagine, not going outside all the time, especially skateboarding. That was like my life.
I know. That was my life growing up.
Yeah. So everybody's telling Emberline to get better. Yes, definitely. Always take care of Emberline. Definitely always take care of yourself. Do we even Flego, bro? Old school VHS tapes. God, yeah, remember that, man? Before you just click to the next scene, you'd have to actually fast forward or rewind. Oh man, our answer machines like voicemails on your phone. Man, jeez. God, yeah. Something. Speaking of voicemails, something I can't stand. I know it's supposed to be funny, but I know a couple people, man. Their voicemails start off with "hello." You start talking to them, man, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not here right now," and I'm like, "God."
I hate that. I want to throw the phone. I hate that.
I'm like, I just had an entire conversation with nothing. Deborah Plate says for sure peak Lego, especially because we have adult money for it now. Yes. Yeah, but you gotta. I mean, we might not be quite at peak yet. I think we are, but maybe there's still a little more peak to go. I think Friends is kind of a good example of that, where just the next level of awesomeness that Friends sets are kind of getting at.
Just the botanical set that I broke. I'm trying to repair, but
yes, I know. I got 2 of them. A lot of people got 2 of them to put them together, make kind of one whole big one. But even more than the sets, look at mocks nowadays, man. Like some of the stuff people are coming up with, dude. Whether it's the scale of it, or just the creativity part of it, or the structure and building of it. I mean, like I always say it wrong. Hiroshima. Pink Wheels. You know what I'm talking about? The one that you were involved in. The biggest the biggest mock at Brickworld this year that was like 60, 70 people worked on.
Oh yeah.
So like whether it's the scale of like something like that or the intricacy of the build, like stuff that like Moto builds, you know what I mean? Like the imagination and the stuff that people are doing with Lego nowadays, man, are just insane.
You know what I've been seeing more of, Hive? Like wearable. If you look at the Brick Rodeo posts that they're just making, a lot of wearable, like the wearable is like, I couldn't imagine. Like I said, I can't even transport a set, let alone build wearables. Crazy.
Right. Yeah, there was some of that as well at Brickworld this year. Me and Moto were talking about it actually. But yeah, I said I would not let my kids wander or do almost all the things my parents would let me do back when I was a kid. Dude, so yeah, I don't know. Anybody that's got a kid, or anybody that's got a kid, let me rephrase it. Anybody that's got a kid and actually gives a crap about the kid and loves their kid, there's like a whole different level of worry with your kid. Everything from like, you know, I'm not ashamed to say it, man. There's been a couple times like my kid let go of my hand. I turn around and like, you know, there's crowds that you freak out and you run after them, you know, like, dude, you just worry they're going to, something happen to them. Even now, my kid's an adult and I'm so scared all the time, man. Like somebody's going to do something and hurt them or whatever, you know?
But
because,
when I was
a very
like,
trusting and loving and good person. So it's just
I
like,
mean,
no, don't be so loving and trusting. Just be weary of people. Go away. Stay away from them.
Yeah.
I lived with my mom growing up, and like I definitely like I know that she cared, but she had no idea what I was doing.
Oh yeah.
Like
I didn't even
during the summer, I would wake up in the morning, I would eat breakfast, I would tell her bye, and I would be back sometime when like the street lights came on. Like I was just gone.
Yeah, I mean, I think about that too, about how many times like, and I wasn't even like a live dangerously kind of person. I mean, I skateboarded so I could hurt myself, but like I didn't jump off rooftops and stuff, you know what I mean? But I still think about a lot of stuff I did, and I'm like,
I did.
Oh, that wasn't really smart. Like I could have got myself killed doing that or whatever. And even things that were accidental or nothing to do with me. I remember one time, man, in Key West, one of the hurricanes was going on down there. And for some reason, me and my buddy wanted to hang out at the docks while it was coming in just to watch the waves and everything. So we're walking back and I stopped to tie my shoe. And as soon as I got up and stepped away, a big, huge branch from a tree fell down right where I was at. And the dude would have broke my back. It was so big. So just stuff like, I'm like, oh my God, just stay in the house. Pumpkin, just don't go outside. Just stay in the house. Anyway.
Bricklock said his parents didn't worry much about him. He was adult size when he was 8.
Yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, Bricklock is one of the tallest people I know.
Yeah,
I always joke around about like when I look up to people, I know they're tall. And yeah, he's definitely one of the tallest. But yeah, those were great times. I agree, Shai. I agree.
I think one of the things now is we've had a lot of advancements that are great, but so has evil advanced. And I think that's why we're afraid of our babies. And it's like, well, you did it. No, we've had a lot of advancements, and that's also advanced like what people can do as far as pedophiles and everything else. I mean, it's just a lot of stuff. Now they even have the AI where you can change your voice and say, you know, if lower, younger, hey, it's mom, come outside. You know, it could be.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff as far as technology that
to go against that though. I also feel like when we were young, we had a lot of common sense, and kids now don't.
See, I didn't go there. I can't say that.
Well, I mean, but I do agree with a lot of that. You know, the thing that I always talk about with the younger generation, you know, because it's real easy, and I'm not saying this is what you were doing, Rich, but it is real easy to kind of rip on the younger generation nowadays because, you know, especially like with a lot of stuff we were saying about how we the way we grew up and all that, you know, we were mainly, most of us were forced to stay outside and do stuff, you know what I mean? But I want to make sure, especially for the younger generation that's even watching right now, it's like, look, I always stick up for you guys, even when I might complain about you guys, because every generation, including us, is raised by the generation before them. So if you're a crappy generation, which you're not, but even if you were a crappy generation, well, then we got to blame the generation before you that raised you. You know what I mean? You know, that's a lot of how it is, man. I mean, people know, you know, especially as you get older, you know what's right and wrong. You know what I mean? But certain people, the way they were raised, you know what I mean? They don't understand sometimes like, oh, that's not really a good thing to do to people or something, you know?
Mm.
So I don't know. It's a whole different dynamic of conversation to get into, but but a lot of it I agree with, because a lot of stuff has become easier. So it doesn't, for instance, I don't know my wife's phone number. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? I don't know my wife's phone number. But the reason I don't know it is because on my phone, it just says wife. I've never had to dial her phone number. I just hit the button that says wife. You know what I mean? Now, that's not the exact same thing as the common sense part, but it's just a metaphor of like when certain things are kind of taken away, you don't need to think about them anymore. I've often thought about, and this is a kind of weird thing to talk about in a way, but like cursive writing. Yeah. Like, I don't necessarily think it's that important. You know what I mean? In a way, the only big thing I always talk about was your signature.
I don't think cursive is important, but when we were growing up, we were like it was forced on us, like we were going to have it for the rest of our lives. Like adults writing cursive, the kids write normal.
Like I've never had to use it, bro. I'm not saying you don't need it for certain jobs, but it's like I've never needed it, you know. But and I don't even think you really needed cursive that much. It's a nice, quicker way to write stuff, I think. But like I was just thinking about signatures, you know what I mean?
I was about to say, how do you make a signature then?
So that's the only thing I always wondered about, because you could just write your name, but I mean, a signature is a signature mainly, I don't know, for a reason, I guess. Hive, even I know your wife. Geez. Thriller Book says I still can't do cursive writing, only know how to do my signature, and that was it. So maybe at least that's the good thing, man, because you need a signature growing up, man. You can sign all kinds of documents and contracts and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that. And there's things that they don't even teach in school, I don't think, that are really important. Like you don't need to know how to really balance a checkbook really anymore because of technology, but maybe learn how to change a tire.
Macro brings up a good point though. Macker said, why did they stop teaching cursive? Because they all type. But see, that's the thing. When you're talking about signing signatures now, think of how many times like you have a contractor coming to your house. You don't sign anymore. They hand you an iPad and you have to click a button that says you signed.
Good point. See, this is why it's so good to have these conversations, man, because that's probably a lot to do with it, dude. Maybe there was a point somewhere, because I've been out of school for a long time, that they're like, look, most stuff is just digital now, man. You know what I mean? So why would you need to sit there and learn cursive? Especially because more and more now we're just typing stuff, like, that's a very good point. And it says I use 90% cursive. Yeah, a lot of people still do. I mean,
my writing is like, if you can read my writing, you deserve some kind of doctorate anyway.
Place says this turned very back in my day. I love it. Yeah, look, I mean, because I guess I didn't really think too much about it, but like the YouTube versus Twitch thing, there's definitely stuff we wanted to talk about, which we did, and points I wanted to bring up and that we wanted to talk about or whatever, and we did. I don't know. I guess there's really not too much else to get into about it. I mean, it mainly, like we said, I think it's just more about preference. And I mean, for the creating part, as far as the watching part, I think that's also really more of a personal preference, even though I think just like with YouTube, a lot of people would maybe go to Twitch just to support some friends and stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like we all know each other enough, at least kind of, that if you don't see someone on your YouTube chat or maybe the Twitch chat, it's not that they don't, obviously care about you or anything like that. It just, most of us kind of have preferences on what we mainly use. And that's a good thing. Differences can be good. Competition, variety, it's always a good thing. As far as the long-term effects and how long it will last and yada, 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 I guess we'll find out. Moto! I have to write my notes in print because crap, it moved very fast, because when I used cursive, how people couldn't read it. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of people who got to read doctor's notes and stuff. It looks like chicken scratch. Tried doing Common Core math. Oh my gosh, dude. With my kid, man, once I got to pre-algebra, I couldn't really help him anymore. I was like, nah. So then Mrs. Hive kind of took over. And then I was really smart, dude, like really smart. So before Niall even got out of high school, I want to say trigonometry, like, because I was taking like college courses and stuff. But then it even got to a point Mrs. Hive couldn't help her. Like, we're just like, okay, now we just got to look online and
see what the right answers are because we just don't know. We try and teach it in second grade this year. Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Kermit says faster. Yep, it sure is. All right. Well, we're approaching the 12 o'clock. I don't know. I know, like they call it midnight, like the witching hour, don't they? Maybe I don't know what. High noon. We're approaching high noon. I was like, what can I call it 12 o'clock in the afternoon? High noon. As with always tradition, we're going to go down the panel, talk about things we got coming up, things that we want to shout out or anyone want to say or complain about, and then we'll wrap up the show. Yeah. So, Brick Babe, what you want to
same things going on. Mom and Mo Mondays. That's tomorrow on IG where we stream 9 every Monday. Then there's this amazing birthday coming up. So want to share that with the community. But the fun thing about it is I'm turning 45 and I'm giving out 2 45 Lego gift cards if you use the hashtag. So if you follow me on IG, you'll find all the details there. You can build, make a scene, do anything. Just use the hashtag. And yeah, I just want to have some fun. And I think that's it. There's always the lug, but that's it.
All right, awesome. Rich, Bearded Brix, you want to shout anything out, man?
Of course, my stream every Wednesday. I'm going to continue moving forward with the castle. I'm currently waiting on pieces once again.
I've seen it happen with a handful of people with waiting on pieces, man.
It's getting old. But other than that, just I do want to put out there that me and Hive kind of talked about doing some like mock notices. So if anybody wants us to put you on here, hit me up on Instagram, hit him up on Instagram, hit Brick Babe, somebody, message us with some details because we'll of course need to know some facts about it. What's going on with you?
Well, I don't know. I've got a handful of things kind of going all at once. Different types of videos. I've almost done editing my newest week in review, so that should be out at least closer to this evening. We got Good Morning Brick Road every Sunday, and I will be having just random Hive streams at different times. I know last few have been at like Friday at like midnight, but that's just random. It doesn't mean they're always going to be Friday at midnight. I don't know what to tell you about a Hive stream. If you're trying to follow, the only thing I can tell you is just turn on the notification bell because I don't really even announce them way ahead of time. Usually it's the furthest is like maybe a day, but generally it's usually a few hours before I go live. I got a lot of, I got finished building the castle, but I got a lot of city stuff to build. And then I think once the city stuff will probably take me kind of most of the summer, but once that's over with, then I'm going to start working on the mocks for Brickworld next year. Yeah. Good stuff.
Another thing to kind of hit on that kind of happened for me is now I'm available to have memberships.
Oh yes.
I tried to join Hive yesterday, and apparently if you have an iPhone, you can't do it on an iPhone. I don't really know. I don't know. But I didn't even think about that, like why I could never do it before. I was just like, well, it must be like not an option. But I'm trying to work with that.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. So before we get off here, though, I did want to say this is an awesome first show for you guys. I think you guys did great. I'm really happy with how you guys did and everything. And to the chat, I want to say thank you for being here and welcoming Rich and Lene to the show and just giving them a very warm welcome. I don't like to speak for other people, but I'm sure it meant a lot to them that, everybody's attention was staying focused on us and, the compliments and stuff out there. And of course, Amberlaya and her donation with the compliment as well. So I just want to say, man, good vibes, appreciated it. Again, the show will continue to evolve and just be patient with us. Rich and Lene, they're still trying to figure out where they're at in the show and what they're doing and, building stuff on their end, but like a lot of the stuff that you've seen here today, that was them too. They created it and got it sent to me in a pretty quick amount of time. So, oh my gosh, Mark, what's it? Look at this amazing new lineup. Oh, he's so sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let me do a thing real quick before we end the show. We'll do a Tron one.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
that. And I mean, look, the donation is awesome. I'm not gonna lie, but the comment is extremely worth more. I mean, that's like I said, we understand, real quick, and then we'll go, but we understand, and myself included, like Amberly, Jay, even Doc, they meant a lot to the show. And they obviously had fans, and it was definitely sad, for different reasons why they're not on the show anymore and stuff. But like I said, they always are welcome back. They're still around, and just things change, life happens. But just like I said, Rich and Lene, like, really appreciate that. I appreciate that, that you guys are being very welcoming about it and stuff. So nothing but good stuff coming. We're all excited, and we're all excited to keep doing stuff for the show. So that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and throw out the outro, and that will be that. So again, thank you, everybody. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll see
See
you
all later.
Yeah, we'll see you next Sunday.
guys.
Peace.
Bye bye.